really do hate to see it. Those are some strong charges with multiple women, not only saying that they were kept there against their will, threatened physically with violence and other retribution, but also now there's claims that they were kept there and as well. Okay, I'm putting this together incredibly quick for you guys, but you need to see this because this is insane. Andrew Tate has just been arrested in Romania. They scooped him up. They scooped that boy up. Tate is gone. He's in jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. He is gone. Andrew Tate and his brother have both been arrested in Romania in a human trafficking investigation. You heard it right there, boys. Now, some people were getting on me. I remember in my comment section when I released one of my first videos about Andrew Tate, when I called him a true human trafficker, people were like, Shark, I can't believe you said that, Shark. Why would you say that, Shark? There's no evidence. There's evidence out there, bro, and everybody knows. I knew. The European Union knew. Romanian police knew. And this guy has been under investigation for months now, for a better part of a year, for scooping girls up off the street and then forcing them into, I'll say, adult servitude for his own need. That and assault, but we'll talk about that here in a moment. But yes, he is actually gone, really gone. As you can see in this video here of him being escorted out of his house. It's honestly, this is wild to me because this seems like one of the first times I've ever seen Andrew Tate wearing a decent amount of clothes. He's typically almost completely naked. And there are pictures of him and his brother with a new incredible matching pair of bracelets that they put on them. I think it's incredibly interesting, I will say. I wonder how much they spent on them. I wonder what they cost. And I wonder if it was worth it. But I don't know. It seemed like they'll have a good amount of time to think about it. One of the funniest things is that he was actually taken down by his own hubris and greed and stupidity, right? Because he was taken down by Greta. Greta Thunberg took him down. And if you do not believe me, take a look at this, all right? The Romanian pizza chain appearing in Andrew Tate's response to Greta Thunberg was reportedly used as proof for Romanian authorities to confirm his presence in the country, leading to his arrest of him and his brother in the human trafficking probe. So yes, that Jerry's Pizza, this Jerry's Pizza is actually a Romanian specific brand of pizza, and it has Romanian language on it. It is a Romanian pizza chain. And so they use this after he couldn't take the L against Greta Thunberg. So Greta, responding to him, whether she knew it or not, took him down because he just couldn't handle himself getting dunked on by Greta. He had to do something. He had to do something. This is really funny, all right? Because listen, when you take a shot at the best, you better not miss. Because I know she won't. Because I know she won't. But if you want to see any more of this, there is more of this, actually. This is from a Romanian website that I've translated into English, and you can take a look at some of the videos that they released of them capturing this boy. Look at him. There he is. There he is. Oh no, poor baby. Oof. Throwing him in unmarked cars. Those were some of the girls that they took from the home last time they raided his house earlier this year. There were other girls that they had to take. So every time they find this man, he has new women like kept at his house. Really weird stuff. One of the girls was an American citizen with American citizenship. Another one was from Moldova. It's very strange. Very peculiar behavior coming from this guy. Another video of the raid itself. Now, this video itself is a little unverified. It obviously has like markings on it, and it's been censored a bit for private information, so there will be no Top G, you need drugs? I thought you were high on life, buddy. What's this? His house, bro. Oh no. These are some cars. Yeah, some of the cars that he had around. Hey, he said he had a lot of cars. Would you look at that? We keep these blurred to make sure that if there's any license plates or anything, we won't be looking at any license plates specifically. But you can see their cars. Lambo there. We'll skip forward a little bit. Yeah, showing off all the cars that he had there. Lots of money, gold doubloons, like he's a goddamn pirate. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. We can read a little bit about this. Misogynist influencer Andrew Tate, rough week capped off by Romanian rape arrest. So you heard that right. Not only a human trafficking arrest, but a rape arrest as well. So Andrew Tate's house was raided earlier this year in the same investigation. He said after it was raided that the Romanian police were very nice, very kind, and the reason why he wasn't arrested was because they had no proof, and women who he brought to his house were lying on his name and making him trying to make him look dumb, to make him look bad, to ruin his name. But it just doesn't seem like that was the case, because he kept saying that he wasn't. I'm not being charged. I'm not being investigated. It seemed like he absolutely was being investigated, so much to the point where yesterday they were able to get a warrant for his arrest, and all they need to do was prove that he was actually in the country, and then they had to go get him. They scooped him up that quick. Doesn't seem too hard at all. Just a day after being roasted by Greta Thunberg, MAGA influencer Andrew Tate was arrested on Thursday by Romanian police on human trafficking and R-word allegations. Romanian Tate confirmed in a statement that the cops raided 5 homes tied to 4 suspects as part of an investigation into organized crime, human trafficking, and rape. It did not name the 4 suspects, but it said 2 were Romanian citizens, the other 2 were British citizens. And would you look at that? Andrew Tate and his brother are both British citizens. You really do hate to see it. Who allegedly kept at least 6 women captive in their houses surrounding Bucharest, where they were sexually assaulted and forced to produce pornography for social media under threats of violence. And if you wonder what all those weapons were at the house for, it seemed like there was a high likelihood it was there to make sure the women stayed in line. They were threatening their families, threatening them not to go anywhere. So this is something that Andrew Tate actually calls a business model. And if you do not believe me, take a look at some of this.
It starts to get even weirder when you look into his PhD program. He removed it from his website a couple months ago after facing some backlash, but you can still find it in the Internet Archive. The PhD program was a class for picking up women that cost about $300. In the course description, he wrote a small paragraph on why he was qualified to teach this subject. It said, "I've been running a webcam studio for nearly a decade. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriend at the time, and of all my girlfriends, none were in the adult industry before they met me." When you combine this with the numerous photos of women with Andrew Tate's name tattooed on them, it definitely just seems a little off. Sure, he says stuff like this fairly often, but what makes this even weirder is that he removed the description, the photos, and the whole program as soon as it got attention. This isn't like him. He normally embraces the negative attention and even utilizes it to drive more people to his courses. He's not afraid of being canceled, so why would he delete all of this?
Ooh, they're gonna cancel me. Watch me give a fuck.
He never wears clothes.
Outside of the Matrix. No one can damage me.
The answer would reveal itself a couple months later.
Seemed like it was only him who could damage him at the end.
Andrew Tate's home was raided by police on April 11, 2022, after the US Embassy alerted Romanian police that he was holding women against their will. The girl stated that Tristan Tate, Andrew's brother, messaged her on Facebook and convinced her to fly to their home. Once she arrived, she was forced to be a cam girl, and Tristan threatened to hurt her and her family if she left. Another Romanian girl reported a very similar story, and as a result, the brothers are being investigated for human trafficking, kidnapping, and more. But
whoo, you really do hate to see it. Those are some strong charges with multiple women, not only saying that they were kept there against their will, threatened physically with violence and other retribution, but also now there's claims that they were kept there and sexually assaulted as well. This is, by definition, human trafficking. That course is a human trafficking course that will put you in jail. If you follow that course, you will go to prison. I don't know with all his money if he couldn't afford a lawyer or he just couldn't care, but him putting that out there is probably one of the most incriminating things I've seen in my entire life, and all of these people just kind of pretended that it wasn't real. Bro, this guy was a human trafficker. I said this the first time we talked about him, especially when he was going on the debate sphere and everything. Like, we need to understand that like your average like gamer bro isn't prepared to understand the danger of this dude. He's not just dangerous because he's like mean to women or something, or writes mean tweets on Christmas. He's dangerous because because he engages in organized crime of sexual exploitation and human trafficking of women as a job, as a business. Because he's talked about this before. He's gone on to other manosphere dudes to talk about it, and he was like, yes, this is a real business that I really believe, and it's human trafficking women and forcing them into sex work, or coercing them into sex work, or whatever word you want to use. He gets them into sex work against their own will for his own personal gain, and then scoops up the money off of it. And all of this finally has come to the surface, and he's finally in jail because Greta Thunberg bodied him so hard that he couldn't possibly bear not saying anything about it, and went on a screed, a rant to try to take back his honor and it only set him up for a trap. Now, I don't know if Greta Thunberg has been working with Romanian police and she's an agent this entire time in order to scoop up Andrew Tate in this rape and sexual assault and human trafficking investigation. I'm not sure, but what I do know is whatever she did, they'll keep on doing it. If this could happen to the rest of them, scoop them up, brothers, scoop them up, take out the trash, Greta. I'm telling you, bro, take a shot at the best you better not miss. It's wild. It's wild. The brothers are accused of luring women into their lavish villas and using what the police called a lover boy method, in which they struck up a relationship over social media before convincing the women to come to Romania to pursue a romantic relationship. Instead, they would allegedly keep women in a small studio where they were forced to work as pornographic models for OnlyFans and other websites, according to local site G4, which is, if you remember, exactly what he said that he does and will do and will make you money. That's actually what he was selling. Literal crimes, human trafficking. It's wild. I just hope that those girls were okay, that none of them got killed or something, but that's horrible. It's horribly disgusting, bro. Goodness. When cops raided 5 homes on Thursday, they said they found several women, including a woman with American citizenship. Joe Biden, you know what you must do. Take him down. End him. But also a young woman from the Republic of Moldova. The police said that in a statement that the victims were threatened with physical violence and mental coercion through intimidation, constant surveillance, and control, invoking alleged debts. So all those money, the gold, the guns, all that crazy sort of like the Louvre type security with all those cameras and everything that they have posted up everywhere, and people watching where they go and what they do the entire time. Like it's all starting to come together and make sense. And this guy deserves to be in prison. Now, obviously, you're going to have a lot of right-wing cope. Now, Sniggo, and like a bunch of his other like butt buddies and boyfriends already came out to say that that this isn't true and they're in the wrong. But listen, these cops aren't playing no games. And now he's sitting in Romanian jail. That's not a place I would want to be. Let me tell you, not a place I want to be. I hope it's worth it. We're going to see what happens. We'll keep up with this. We'll keep up with this. But man, this is insanity. To be taken down with pizza. Was it worth it, Mr. Tate? If we ever hear from him again, maybe we'll get an answer for that question.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.